the left in the pink. Hello, Saira. And we have Angel as well. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So why do you do it?
I do it because it's fun. I enjoy the fact that it creates a discussion about gender equality, desexualization of the female body. I mean, it is controversial, it is shocking, but that's what New York City, that's what Times Square has always been about. So I like the fact that I get to be out there celebrating New York with people, and I'm also a part of their experience in New York. People from across the world and country are taking a picture of me home with them.
Angel, how much can you make doing this?
Well, I came from working a retail job and was paid bi-weekly. The check that I would receive bi-weekly, I can make in a day in Times Square.
That much.
Like
so you can make a few $100s a day?
Yes.
Wow. Now, how does it go? You go to Times Square, you dress like this. How does it work?
When we get there?
Yeah, there are
when
no
you-
changing rooms, you know?
No. I mean, the show starts as soon as we have a robe on, we have to take it off. We try to cover as we're getting painted, but sometimes, a nipple might slip out, and we get painted. People are already starting to take pictures. The crowd is already starting to form.
Do you ever feel self-conscious?
No.
Not even around young kids?
No.
It's hard for me to feel self-conscious when I know that a child's come from women's bodies.
Well, the pressure is on right now. You've seen the coverage. Some folks are really pushing to get you guys out of there and ban you. But I want to ask you about this. I learned from the Daily News that a lot of you girls have been groped, touched inappropriately. You're out there and there are guys, whatever. Have both of you been through that?
It happens occasionally, not as often as people may think it does, but it does happen. And for that reason, we do have people out there with us who are watching us to make sure that we are safe. And for the most part, people are respectful.
Is that you? Whose picture
Yep, that's a picture of Angel right there with the feathers too. What's the biggest tip you ever got?
The biggest tip I ever got, people give you $20 for a picture, just because, people walk up to us and say, how much for a picture? We don't put a price on the picture. We ask a nice tip.
Because you're not allowed to actually ask for a price.
No.
So, some people say this is no different than the naked cowboy. But some people, women view women's bodies differently than men's bodies. I mean,
I don't think it's just women that view it differently. I think men view it differently as well.
Right. So, do you think there should be some regulations with, because it seems like the number of women who are going naked in the Times Square area seems to be increasing, and it is a place where you take your kids to go see a play.
I don't understand what the issue would be if you don't want your child to see a naked woman. You just walk by. I mean, I don't know what the harm would do by looking at us. We're in paint, we have feathers. It's a theatrical kind
Saira,
of show.
we're looking at a picture of you. How long have you been doing this?
It's been about since September now.
Since September. Now, I'm guessing you can only do this in the warm weather months. Can you do this?
Yeah, we're going to be gone soon anyway.
Come on.
Well, I mean, there's a way to manage the cold weather if we want it to still work. There's, different things we could add on so we can keep a little bit warmer. But possibly the season can go on.
What will you do when it gets cold?
Throw some socks on.
No, what will you do for a profession to make money when it gets cold?
I'm always sending my resume out. I have a degree at Hunter in media studies, so I'm always looking and sending my resume out. During the summer, obviously, I'm set with Times Square.
So Saira and Angel, you guys like what you do. You like it. You enjoy the job. You love it. You want to keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Now, some folks quoted in the paper, they call this a bit of a hustle. And quite frankly, Rosanna and I went down there as costume characters, and some of those costume characters, they can be rather aggressive.
Yes.
And there are reports that some of your peers rather aggressive when it comes to the money thing.
That's the difference between us and some of the girls out there. Some of the girls out there are definitely a little bit more aggressive than we are.
And they're hustling?
And, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it is somewhat of a hustle, but it's more of you're going to it as a celebration and having fun, or you're just going into it because you're just trying to get the money. So the degree of aggression is going to be a little bit different.
How did you get into that field? I mean, did somebody come up to you and say, would you like to do this? And how does this work?
No, I actually had just gone through Times Square and I saw the girls out there, and it looked like something fun. It looked like something fun to do, and I understood that it was an art form. Body painting is an art form, and the money is it's an extra.
So from time to time, they'll talk about regulating, perhaps licensing you guys, and, with that will come probably some restrictions, but also protections. And do you think you need some of that, and would you like some of that?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind. I'm not sure what type of a protection it would be offered. I don't know if we need a regulation or maybe just to have somebody come in and remind some of the other girls on what's allowed, what's not allowed. And
Where
just
do you
be
keep the money?
More appropriate. This is a question we get all the time. Right here.
In your hand, you just gotta.
Yeah, we'll hold the money, and then if it gets to
Because
be
I
too
noticed
much, it
people
goes
ask
into
that.
a bag that, you know, till the end of the
Well,
night.
you're not carrying a purse. It's
No,
for the
it's
most
fine.
part.
But they have people there
Yeah, we have
keeping an
people
eye
with
on them.
What
Right?
about a break? If you want to go on a break,
We go on a break.
Throw a robe on and sit
Go
down.
on a robe and go on a break.
And obviously you're not hungry while you're walking around. I mean, you couldn't have like a slice of pizza or something while.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, but I would rather
Not while we're
walk
sit
here.
down. We'll sit down.
and
We'll have a
somebody
little
will get
coffee
food
break.
for us.
Angel and Saira, if anybody wants to meet you in Times Square and perhaps pose for a picture,
Absolutely.
when can they find you guys there?
Today.
Today.
Yeah, we're usually out there between 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock at night. So
That's a long time.
It is. It is, but you don't notice it when you're out there having fun and taking pictures,
Yeah.
and you know it's fun.
People hand us our kids,
Yeah,
their kids
I've
sometimes.
had babies
So
shoved in my face.
Yeah.
Take a
Wow.
picture with my child.
yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Well, we're going to take some G-rated pictures in the commercial break, okay, for our Facebook page. Would that be
Fantastic.
okay? All right, Angel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Saira,
Stay
Yeah.
safe.
both native New Yorkers, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
All right, Nemo.